Hello, hello, hello. All Tugi man and woman waiting for this house today. With Papa, the fun of Acha-Tugi. With the salad una all. We go start this history lesson 105. And before we want go for before, we go talk say, as this problem where we get am for village, medicine, spirits, they overflow inside. We go only call na Papa God for heaven, make it help we. So we protect ourselves with the word of God from Ephesians 6:11 to 12. For they, God the word talk say, put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of the ages, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. We thank God where He give we this moment. We thank God where He give we this word. We thank God where He leave with this particular moment, make we take this truthful word go before. Amen. If we now remember, for history lesson 103, Abitok say, over the 10 years where the throne for Tugi, it be there with small picking on top, where nobody don't know how for, preside over the village. Papanju wasanga for Tugi, it be regent, it be very active. So, Pa Lucas Tebo Asanga, where be very tight friend for Fon Andreas for one bakwa. Since he be on the hungry power, he see this space, he jump in, he starts the act around. They be talking a man will be full of mystical powers. So he used those powers, he start to intimidate people around. So within those years, he start to show up like big man for village. When I be here from Papa Michael, Wana, where talk say, Pa Lucas Tebo, he be start to go around, they make like say it be fun. From 1960 to 1963, as I be talk, when I see say, as fun not be there for throne where they take power, ESSF start go around to represent Tugi for meetings. As it represents Tugi, he had the show say, he go do something like take over power for Tugi. 1960, he present himself like Tugi person. 1961, some things start enter his head, he present himself like person from Acha-Tugi. When I don't hear Papa Abraham Abanda, when I don't hear Papa Richard Jiga Azar, when I don't hear Papa Samuel Anefongo, all from Tonanja, they talk say inside their birth records, it shows say they come out from Acha-Tugi. And they born them before this time where Papa Lucas Tebo Asanga, he once start the look for power. Even though he says, when he go for official meetings, he talks say it be Mr. Lucas Tebo Asanga from Acha-Tugi. So what it happen? Now the question this way would go answer now. What it happen? Pa Lucas Tebo Asanga is start the turn from being Mr. Lucas Tebo Asanga to Chief Lucas Tebo Asanga. We now listen for this story as it go before. So this picture where we go see am below, Now look this picture below. We don't hear from we Papa Zacchaeus Ba, where he don't give life history. We don't hear from Pa Michael Wana, we don't give life history. We don't hear from Pa Samuel Anefongo, we don't give life history. We don't hear from Pa Richard Jiga Aza, he don't give life history. We don't hear from Pa Abraham Abanda, popularly called B. Abanda. We hear life history from him. Now, we read book them for extract information about Pa Lucas Tebo. Una need for sabi say Pa Lucas Tebo, he be there under Fon Andreas for one bakwa and be a friend. Then he can also operate under Fon Abraham Chick Mbakwa III. So he be quarter head for Tuonja under 2 Tugi funds. But when I hear thing them way, he do. After Pa Lucas Tebo, he don't go represent Tugi village for official meetings for Widikum Area Council for station for Bamenda. Between 1960 and 1963, something happened. And when I look this picture for down, 1964, Mr. Lucas Tebo write letter for the Bamenda Widikum Council, Bengui. That time, council there for administrative office, there for Wofon. He take his hand, write letter for Wofon government, talk say, make the appointee tax collector. When I hear this, now the first time this way, Pa Lucas Tebo, 1964, he start look towards money and power. 1964, he write for Gofon government, say, make the appointee tax collector. When I need for remember, say, during that time where colonial administration be the collect taxes, now only chief them for villages, they be the give them that right for collect taxes. So, as the throne for Tugi, it be get young chief where nobody don't start to take decisions. Mr. Lucas Tebo, he take that space, a right for Gofon government talk say, make the appointee tax collector. When I hear Gofon government right back for he talk say, tax collection and payment for government coffers na responsibility for chief. You no be chief for Tugi, so we not fit give you the authority for collect taxes. We dey expect say the fund of Tugi make it collect taxes can pay. If the fund of Tugi like for appoint any person for collect taxes on his behalf, we the wetna say make na the fund from Bakwa it can pay taxes for office. So we no understand why you, which you don't like quarter head, you write say make they appoint you tax collector, so we don't deny your request. This is the beginning, the beginning of trouble this. So Pa Lucas Tebo, 1964, he writes say one be tax collector, they deny. Government of Gofon, it deny. We're not supposed to hear again say, all this time, now because the seat of the throne of Tugi, it be there with young Fonway, don't get capacity for take powers. If we not remember fine. Papa B. Abanda, Papa Abraham B. Abanda, it talks say, for 1964, as this throne be there empty, the day where they be the inaugurate Acha-Tugi, Basel Mission General Hospital, or my column the other way then. Basel Mission General Hospital Acha-Tugi, or the other name now, Acha-Tugi General Hospital. When I call the names in any order. Now for day way Pa Asanga, as no chief not there for Tugi for can make speech, they go make speech where as Pa B Abanda be talk, people, they start listening, say, this man, they make speech, they pose himself like fun. The way pa Michael Fonyam, Michael Fonyam, I don't forget pa name, Michael Ngwana, the way we talk. So when I see 1964, where Mrs. Ahijo, Madame Germaine Ahijo, it came for inaugurate Basel Mission Hospital Acha-Tugi. When I hear the name fine, Basel Mission Hospital Acha-Tugi. Papa Lucas Tebo Asanga, he stand up, he make speech, he start talk say, he like as they don't come open that place where it be in a bush, put hospital there. Plenty people, they hear that story where he put them, they start check, say, this man, they like say, he really want to take over chiefdom for Tugi. As this fear, say, Pa Lucas Tebo, the one start take power for village, like chief, the quay for Tugi, at that time, it should done, it talk say, make they put the young chief in power. So as we be here from Papa B. Abanda, they go move chief. Young chief will be there for school. That time they go school from Bemi with Chief Azza. They go move him from school, can't put him for throne. So by 1964, they put him for throne, give ye powers for start controlling village. So when I remember, say I be talking 1964, now the year where things we start this trouble. So now they don't put young chief on top throne for Tugi 1964. He take things and the power into his hands. He start confront Papa Lucas Tebowe, he be one thief chair. Papa Lucas Tebowe be one thief chair. Now, wise people for village, they don't advise, say, make chief come out from school, can't take a village, otherwise Papa Lucas Tebo will take. When I remember this date, 1964. For 1964, the administrative secretary for Bamenda Widikum Council, Mbengwi, a write letter for Papa Lucas Asangatebo, accuse ye, say, some situation there for tax collection for Tuonja and Sanyere. Any man were there for this house, when I listen say 1964, problem be there for Tugi tax payment for upstation Bamenda because they be collect some taxes, they no go pay. And the problem be come out between Pa Lucas Tebo Asanga and Papa Formujong, because Papa Lucas Tebo Asanga, he be collect taxes, he no go give him, then he talk say, he be given for Papa Joseph Formujong, and that problem, it be escalate. They can do investigation, discover, say, the irregularity, it come out from Pa Lucas Tebo Asanga. As young Chief Mbakwa, no be done be on the seat enough for nowhere to where they happen. So these taxes, they start loss. They start collect taxes, they chop them. They start collect taxes in loss, but government right one year say, he be found irregular for the tax collection way, he be the do am. Now we fast forward, 1965. 1965, Mr. Lucas Asangatebo of Nja Acha-Tugi. When I hear the name, Mr. Lucas Tebo Asanga of Nja Acha-Tugi, he writes petition for Gofon subdivision. He requests to make the appointee like tax collector for 1965-66 for Equator. When I hear again. So 1964, he don't collect taxes, it be irregular with the payments. 1965, as he don't test tax money, he then write officially for government for GoFund, say make the appointee like tax collector for Ikwata. He not talk say for the whole village, but he want make the right official document, the appointee. When I see how man they make sense, so that if book come out from government office, it go hold am, it tight, they say the government office appointee like tax collector. For 1965, the GoFund subdivision government, it reject Pa Lucas Tebo as a request. It tell you say, they like say this your request, it get interior motive. Like say there be no say Pa Lucas Tebo, the request for be tax collector with some other intention. Now so the government for GoFund, it denied that request. Then it talks say, in the right for Mr. Lucas Tebo say, if he want be tax collector, make he go as chief for a village. Chief Mbakwa, when I listen. Now GoFund government the right for you. If you want be tax collector, make request for chief for your village where you name na Chief Mbakwa of Acha-Tugi. In that letter, they advise chief of Tugi for appoint any person of your choice in Ja. But if he choose Mr. Lucas Tebo Asanga, make him know say na he go be responsible. I want make una hear this one fine. In this letter way, GoFund government, it deny for Pa Asanga, say they not fit appoint tax collector. They say that because they don't sense say it gets some other intention, not be only that tax collection. They then write letter for Chief Mbakwa. Therefore, Chief Mbakwa the third tell you say, you as chief of village where you're supposed to collect taxes, we they advise you say, make you choose another tax collector. When I hear the government, the advise chief say, make you choose another tax collector. If he decide for leave Pa Asanga for collect taxes, then the responsibility for pay those taxes na Chief Mbakwa irresponsibility. If una remember, Papa Samuel Ane Fongo, it talks say, they be then appointee. He and some other papa, they start collect taxes. So during those days for tax collection, na only chief be get right for collect taxes, go pay, and chief be fit then appoint his subjects, may they collect taxes for ye. What did this one show? This one show say, Pa Lucas Tebo, he no get any right for remain like tax collector because na Chief Andreas for one Bakwa be appointee like tax collector. Chief Abraham Bakwa the third can continue. Then he start the misbehave so under Chief Mbakwa. Chief Mbakwa keep he still like tax collector, but then ask Pa Malem Sam Ane Fongo for also to collect taxes with the other power, because I think Johnson Bar or somebody. When I remember, see how now this tax collection start drive Pa Asanga for get into chieftaincy power. So now the story that for 1965. Another official event, it happened for 1965. This time around, the government of West Cameroon, the Prime Ministry of West Cameroon, he come out some book where they show the list of all funds, including the funds of Meta Menemo. In that list, we get a list of 29 villages and 31 funds. We're not here again. That list for 1965, it be made up of 29 villages and 31 funds. Why 31 funds where they pass 29 villages? Now because Ngenbo in 1965 be one village listed with 3 funds. So 2 extra funds for the 29 villages, they be there for Ngenbo. What do I want to talk here where concern when I say on the list of 29 villages, the village of Tugi, a future there with the fund of Tugi, Mbakwa, listed. This is the most important official document where any one of Guna supposed for Holland, the talk say, from when West Cameroon government it recognized chiefs for Meta, Chief Mbakwa was and is till now the chief of the whole village. If you look for that list, there is no Nja village, there is no Asanga chief. That is why this information will be important. In another lesson way we go feature them next time, when I go here say, Pa Lucas the boy as Asanga he Pekin. When Pa Lucas die, he take over power, he take over the chair for Pa Lucas the boy. He go for inside official records, remove this document where they talk so, go falsify them, put Nja on the list, put a name like font. So present a certified true copy for that document. It is show now 30 villages and 32 farms. We now hear this one. So Mr. Martin Asanga, where he take over from his papa, he take this 1965 list of Meta chiefs, he go falsify them. He put his papa a name for day, say he be one of the Meta chief then. Change the number from 29 villages to 30 villages because he include Nja. Then the number of funds, because as I talk, 2 funds they be there extra for Ngenbo. The number of funds he change them from 31 to 32. All when I know. This case we go for court. They find Martin Asanga guilty. They send him for prison from Bengui. Any man we know we village, he know this story. Martin be falsified this document of 1965. They take it for court. They put it for prison. They charge it for falsification and destruction of government property. Now government be put Martin for prison for this 1965 document where he falsely put his papa name on top. So as I talk, 1965, the list of Meta funds will be published. Pa Lucas Asanga, they on the list because in a B fund, but when I listen to this one. 1968, 3 years after 1965, no, make a start on one. 1967, Pa Lucas Tebo Asanga, he get case with Pa Solomon G, Pa Pram, Solomon G. They take that case, go for customary court for Tudik. It will be land case. Inside court, Pa Lucas Tebo present himself like Chief Lucas Tebo of Nja. So this one in 1967. When I remember, say for 1965, the list of funds, Meta funds, in name not day. 2 years after, 1967, it suddenly became fund. Who be put it for fund? Who be enthroned ye? Now which fund become make ye fund? That story no day for this ground. But he appear for customary court, for court case where he get him with Pa Solomon Chick. Pa Solomon Chick, Pa Pram for Sanyere. Twin brother for Pa Aaron. 1967, the day for court for Tudik, Mr. Lucas Tebo, he presents himself like Chief Asanga of Nja. So the question now, who make he chief? From 1965, 2 years after he don't become chief. I be need for put this one in because now strong point. I think say we there for this forum with Mr. Solomon Chiki picking them. They know this story. They know inside records. I did talk this story. I know say Dr. Festus Ngwana is there for this forum. He know this story. He know the other stories where Pa Lucas Tebo get land disputes with people around. He always go for court, go present himself like chief. The question now, who make he chief? We don't hear say ABB quarter head. We don't hear say a write book for government, say make the appointee like tax collector. Government deny all these things. Then suddenly he make himself chief. Till this day, no meta fund, no day way he talks say Naibi go put Pa Lucas Tebo like chief. So how he get that title? For 1968, as I once start talk before I go back for 1967. For 1968, some interesting thing happened. We get book where it shows say the Prime Minister of West Cameroon, Honorable S.T. Muna, a write letter to Chief Asanga of Nja Acha-Tugi, Gofon Division, West Cameroon. When I hear again, 1968, the Prime Minister of West Cameroon, Honorable S.T. Muna, he referred to Chief Asanga of Nja Acha-Tugi, Gofon Division, West Cameroon. The question now, who make Pa Lucas Tebo Asanga chief? And why Pa Muna start the call Pa Asanga chief? When I remember that story where Pa Abraham Biabanda, the talk say, Pa Lucas Tebo be sending, make he go tell Pa Muna for make he chief. When I remember that story, when I start see how it wrap for this official letter. Official letter from the Prime Minister of West Cameroon in 1968 to Chief Asanga of Nja Acha-Tugi. So the question now, why Honorable S.T. Muna be referred to Pa Lucas Tebo Asanga as chief? We never ever know that reason, but we think say, certainly, it be like say, Mr. Lucas Tebo Asanga, when they be appoint S.T. Muna like Prime Minister in 1968, early 68, Pa Lucas Tebo Asanga, he writes letter of congratulation to S.T. Muna for Boya. When I remember, connect this thing fine. When I remember that story where Pa Michael for Nyangwana be talk say, Pa Muna be know Lucas Tebo Asanga, so that they don't stop for a place where they go for campaign for Ngi. When I remember that story, now I start see how they fit. Pa Lucas Tebo Asanga, he knows say he don't receive Pa Muna a polls like Pa Ngwana be the talk, a post like chief for Tugi, so he knows say Pa Muna knows say he be chief for that place because Chimbakwa no be there, Chimbakwa be there far off for Tugi, Chimbakwa be there young. This is 1968, where Chimbakwa still did 3 years on the throne. He take throne for 1964. He still be young. So Pa Lucas Tebo, the worker, start turn these things, suddenly present himself like chief for Pa Muna. But Pa Muna na metaman, it gets sense that they do politics. As Pa Lucas Tebo writes for congratulate Pa Muna, where they know themselves, he call himself Chief Asanga of Nja Acha-Tugi. So as he write that letter of congratulation to Pa Muna in the official way, He also write back, they use the title way Pa Asanga use him. He not if he call it any other thing. So he call it Chief Lucas Tebo of Nja Acha-Tugi Gofon subdivision. So when I hear this political play where Pa Lucas Tebo Asanga, he want to take politics for turn himself from, family head to quarter head, now to chief. He checks in na Pamuna, he go appoint he chief. When I don't hear from B Abanda. We go continue. When I don't hear from Pa Michael Wana about the political environment in which Pa Asanga Bede with Pa ST Muna. When I don't hear the political environment from Papa B Abanda, Abraham B Abanda, how the political environment be there. So now through this connection, where Papa Lucas Tebo start the push himself towards Pamuna, like say he be chief. So Pamuna, as politician, he respond back for you, say yes, if you call yourself chief, reason not there for me for deny, say your title not be chief, but now you give yourself that name. Interestingly enough, when I hear say Pamuna, in his response, it tell Pa Lucas Tebo said no. If it be na metatin them, chieftaincy be inherited. It not be by political appointment. When I be hear that response, when a verbal response way, Pamuna, it be send to Pa Lucas Tebo. I go bring something here, make una be very vigilant here. If una remember, one of Pa Lucas Tebo Asanga picking them, they name him directly after Solomon Tandeng Muna. If una remember, there is a boy in Asanga compound called Solomon Tandeng Muna Asanga. Why Pa Lucas Tebo be born Pekin in name him after ST Muna with all his names? Una answer me this question. When I answer me this question, why Papa Lucas Tebo Asanga, where they look for chieftaincy from Pamuna at all costs, a born Pekin, in name him after Pamuna directly. This one not be for talk say, look, you be my own person, Suti, I don't born Pekin name him after you make me chief. When I need to see that kind of question for ask him. So I just want to bring this one. All una know Pa Lucas Tebo Asanga, una know this young man we had to talk about. I say, inside this political time, why Pa Lucas Tebo Asanga, a born Pekin, name him after Pamuna, where he did look for favor from Pamuna, make Pamuna appointee, chief. When I ask that question, when I fit answer, I'm gonna say. So, from 1968, things they continue in this sort of tension. Pa Lucas Tebo continue for talk say be chief until 1968, 69, 70, 71. It continue for talk say be chief. Then for 1972, Chief Mbakwa Abraham, Chief Mbakwa III, it take the matter up to the administration. Say, a subject, Papa Lucas Tebo Asanga, will be friend for a Papa, Chief Andreas for one Mbakwa, say he don't they assume himself like chief for a village. So, 1972, the divisional officer arrived for Pa Asanga, say he be quarter head of Tugi, and the warning say make he stop for call himself like second chief of Tugi. Because Pa Asanga, as he be go around, now way young chief for Tugi. They don't be for cheer. When people they meet up with somebody, they say, but how many chief the day Tugi? We know say chief for Tugi na Mbakwa. When you Pa Lucas Tebo Asanga, when you present yourself like chief, now how many chief did they for one village? He responds for people being and say, it be second chief of Tugi. The inside responses, so now the reason that way, the divisional officer for 1972, divisional officer from Bengui, that time they don't move headquarters for Menemo from Gwofon. They don't remove headquarters from Gwofon to Bengui. When I remember saying that 1972 way, Ahijo, Amadou Ahijo visit Bengui. That time they dig some small air landing space for this place where CPDM Secretariat Day. Now for they were the first helicopter field they be digging for there. I remember me I come out to be run, come from Bengui for can see a helicopter where they land. I go see Abbey Falls, me and a lot of the people like Ni Peter Bana where they here. People like Ni Marcos Georgiam where they here. People like Ni Abraham Fongwa where they here. That people they were there between something like between 13 and 17 years. All we run go Bengui for go see the first helicopter where it land for day. This place where CPDM hall there for corner gendarmerie, for corner hospital from Bengui. Now for day, the first helicopter can land from Bengui. Now this 1972, where things that they confused around so, Lucas Tebo Asanga, quarter head of Chimbakwa, he deposed himself like second chief of Tugi. So the government, the divisional officer from Bengui, this time when the first time where administration come out Gwofon, come from Bengui, Ahijo de Kamde, divisional officer write warning for Pa Asanga for stop for the call itself, second chief of Tugi. So now remember, 1972. 1972 come continue. Pa Lucas Tebo Asanga, he continue for call himself chief. 1973 pass. 1974, the matter escalate again. Chief Mbakwa take the matter, go from Bengui again. Say, from 1972 where they be stopped, Pa Lucas Tebo Asanga for the call itself, second chief, say they still call itself second chief, Sute, it don't talk, when I listen for this one, it don't put cowries for wives their hand them. Again, when I hear, from when they stop say making not the call itself chief for Tugi, he go ahead, he start put cowries on top of woman them, their hand for show say, now woman them for chief. For Meta, they call cowries say mbom. So 1972, Pa Lucas Tebo Asanga a woman them, they be the way mbom for a hand, for show say they be chief a woman them. So Chief Mbakwa, Chief Abraham, Chief Mbakwa the third, he take this matter, go again from Bengui. 1974, he put the matter for the divisional officer. The divisional officer, he take the matter, he go for senior divisional officer, present the situation there. He talks say this matter, it done bad. Senior divisional officer from Momo, he instruct the divisional officer from Bengui for conduct a thorough investigation for the matter, and when I listen. On the 26th of September 1974, the divisional officer, Bengui Central Subdivision, he write for the senior divisional officer of Momo, say, Mr. Lucas Tebo Asanga, he assume false chieftaincy. He assume false chieftaincy because a papa we boni Pa Asanga G, he no be chief. He no be even be sub chief. He don't look for all official registers and including the register of chiefs, he no see any name where appear anywhere say Pa Lucas the boy himself or his papa be chief. So in the letter where the divisional officer write for senior divisional officer, it talks say Mr. Lucas Tebo from the date of 26 September 1974, she don't down, they don't discuss, as it don't prove for Pa Lucas Tebo say, it no be chief, Pa Lucas Tebo don't accept for drop the claim, say it be chief. It don't accept for continue for be subject to Chief Mbakwa. It don't accept for go tell a woman them, make them remove those cowries from their hands. When I hear this one, 1974, Pa Lucas Tebo Asanga, he accept for government say, he go drop a claim, say be chief. He go discontinue for ask a woman them for where cowries, meaning say go stop them. And he go accept for be subject, quarter head under Chief Mbakwa, but he asked for one condition. The condition I say, if only Chief Mbakwa Abraham, Chief Mbakwa the third, the only condition where Pa Lucas Tebo ask and say, make Chief Mbakwa give you respect like his papa. So Lucas Tebo asked for government, saying the only thing we want from Chief Mbakwa, and say, may give you respect. Chief Mbakwa say, yes, but of course, you be my papa von Andreas for one Mbakwa, ye friend, H-med. So you certainly be my papa. That one, na respect where I go give you all the time. Now on this note, where they finish the matter, 1974, the divisional officer from Bengui enter moto, drive with Chief Mbakwa and Pa Lucas Tebo Asanga. They go for Sanyere, where the whole village be shidon they wait for hear this decision from Bengui. The one see moto come out from Bengui with Chief Mbakwa the third, with Pa Lucas Tebo Asanga and the divisional officer from Bengui sub-center. They come out for Sanyere, where people they wait. They come out down. Pa Lucas Tebo announced for public, say from that day, he don't deny he claim, say be second chief, and he don't ask he women them for stop for the way cowries. When I listen this one fine, not the end for the fight between Pa Lucas Tebo for be second chief for Tugi or for be chief of Acha-Tugi. 1974, now he take him out, it declare for administration, it declare for the village, say no, it no be fun. 1974. The women, they stop for the way cowries. All man know say, Papa Lucas Tebo Asanga, he don't drop, he fight for be chief for Acha-Tugi. Why? Because chief for village, Chief Mbakwa the third, he don't be in control, he don't take a position, he take a decisions. I want highlight this particular fact, say it be documented, there is an official record putting this 1974 date and this decision will be taken. On this note, I will end this history lesson 105. History lesson 105, it will end now. I go wait for questions, clarifications, confirmations for these things and where I talk. Then I go ahead. I put a lot more of the history lessons where they follow. The next history lesson where they follow, we go profile Martin Asanga. The next history lesson 106, we go profile Martin Asanga.